think it's the Athletic is reporting or somebody's reporting, NBA Insider, that Kevin Durant is interested in going to Houston. I thought a couple years ago Memphis would be a good spot for him. Obviously that wasn't gonna work with their mentality and their immaturity. If Derrick Rose can't save Ja Morant, why or anybody else would try? But check out the NBA Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I mean, I like Houston for Kevin Durant. I know a lot of my Detroit Pistons fans. Check out my Detroit channel, I'm Murder Street Sports Talk. That link's in the description inside the link tree as well. They like him. I mean, I don't see him aligning with our timeline. I mean, Houston was number 2 in the West, and they probably just need Jalen Green to be a little bit more consistent. They got the white boy from Kentucky that could shoot it. What's his name? Russell Reed, whatever. They got some pieces, so I'm not giving up a lot for Kevin Durant. 37, 38 years old in the twilight of his career. He's an actual skilled basketball player. That's why he thrives longevity. The reason why a lot of people shocked that LeBron lasts longevity, LeBron is not skilled in the form of, he's not as skillful as Kevin Durant. Like Kevin Durant, the ability to shoot, post, pull up, his game is more well-rounded from all around standpoint. LeBron is a great passer, great solid dribbler. When you that big, you don't need all those moves. But I mean, just from a real, like, just skillful, like Paul Pierce and young Ray Allen. Like LeBron is more seen, like he's still beating guys with athleticism, and that's what's impressive. He's at that size, he's still able to get his shot off. He's still able to finish below the rim, below the rim, above the rim. His jump shot is nice. You know what I'm saying? Him finishing at the rim. I think it's more about athleticism. His athleticism ain't never failed him. And I'm not saying that he's not skillful, but he's not in that Larry Bird, Kevin Durant, Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he in that stratosphere of skilled players. He don't have to be. I mean, he's 6'9", like, bro, he's an elite human being. From an elite standpoint, he's an elite human being from a physical standpoint. But Kevin Durant is going to be able to play a long time because he's just so skillful. Pull up, dribble, catch and shoot, get it off the dribble. Not as good as he used to. You know what I'm saying? He can post and get it. He going to rebound. He's a willing defender. He'll make the right. So he's just so skillful that, he might have 2 really good years left. And then he may have 6, years as a borderline, starter, borderline, all-star left. So, yeah. So Houston, I'm in the second position. We kind of missing that guy. But we feel like we got that guy, and maybe Amen Thompson, Segul, the big fella, or Jalen Green. Let's see if Kevin Durant can kind of give us some seasoning, and some nutrients for our young guys to get to that next level. So one of them will take the step. Maybe two of them might say, "Okay, I learned from KD. I'm a star now. I get what it means to be a pro's pro." But I'm not giving up a lot for him if I'm Houston. You look at the Detroit side of the things. You like, okay, you add him to Detroit, he can play the 4. You move to Brock. They were the 6th seed, and if they was healthy, they probably would have been 3rd, 4th, maybe even 2nd. But that wasn't the case. If I'm them, and I'm going for Booker, Trae Young, and if I can't get them, I'll try to look at Nas Reed or Bobby Portis, somebody amongst those things. I even take Zion over Kevin Durant at this point if I'm the Pistons, but that's a whole nother story for another day, right? So, but for Houston, I like that move for them. Shooting, who you give up? A bunch of picks. You know what I'm saying? I think Dylan Brooks get him an identity. Do you give up Fred VanVleet? I mean, you do got the kid from Kentucky there, You are adding another shooter and a veteran in Kevin Durant. So I like that move for Houston. If it's not Houston, then, who else would it be? You don't want to go back to Golden State. New Orleans is far off. Charlotte far off. The Knicks don't need them. I ain't going back to Brooklyn, Philadelphia. It's a Brizzy rap on them. Joel Embiid is cooked. I mean, if Denver could swing a trade, but if Phoenix want to help Denver, do Denver got enough firepower? That's the question. Go to Denver. Do you go back to OKC and help them get over the hump? Even if OKC win it, they got enough capital to bring Kevin Durant there and get them that umph. If you win it, okay, we was good enough to win it, but do we need to make tweaks to repeat? And if I'm them, I give up some of that draft capital and some of them young players, and I get Kevin Durant. Win, lose, or draw. You know, you Minnesota. The problem with Minnesota is they couldn't keep Cat with Gobert. The Gobert trade told them up. Had they not traded Gobert for Gobert, they have more assets. They would have more assets, and then guess what? They were probably able to add a Kevin Durant there, but I think they like what they're doing with Julius Randle, Jay McDaniels constantly getting better. So you start to look at some of them teams that may need that oomph, and Houston just make a lot of sense. Houston and OKC make it to the Western Conference Finals. It's theirs. People talking about trading for Kevin Durant. If you Dallas, you want to add a broken up Kyrie and a broken up AD to an older Kevin Durant, good fucking luck with that. That makes no sense. Going to the Clippers, they all broke up. That makes no sense. So really, when I look at the landscape, you know, if Indiana wanted to, you know, say, okay, let's get another player to get us over the hump, that may make sense. You know, Atlanta, or let's pair him with this. I like Jalen Johnson a lot, but I'm not sure how close Atlanta is. They're not far, but they're not super duper close. So really, when you start looking at it, Houston make the most sense. Houston make the most sense. So I think it's a good pickup for Houston, man. And I think more importantly than what he gonna bring shooting and scoring and defending, you know, I think he gonna bring him in a pro mentality. I think that's what happened with the Pistons this year. You know, you see Tobias, Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley. They come in, you know, Dennis Schroeder. They bring up a pros mentality. It rubbed off on them. This how we work. This how we win. This how Steph did it. This how Joel did it. You know, I think Kevin Durant is going to bring that mentality to them. We're a young, hungry, scrappy bunch who's willing to do anything to win. Okay, now let me show y'all how to be consistent on the offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball. Let me show you how champions work. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, win, lose, or draw, Houston, Oklahoma City Thunder, the two best spots for them. Two best spots for them. Now, if you go to Houston, people will say, well, Kevin Durant's the best player in the Houston Rockets. You go to Oklahoma City, you're going to say Shea Gillenzy's the best player there. So I don't know if that kind of goes in his thought process, but I think going back to OKC is right there neck and neck with Houston. If I had to say some other places, Denver, if they can pull the trigger, Detroit, I really don't. I don't mind it, but you know, Atlanta, um, Indiana, I think will round out the teams I can think of off the rip. So we'll see what happens, man. I always like Kevin Durant. His shoes getting better and better too. I mean, I got to get the KD 18s. I got the 16s, the 17s. I got to get the 18s. So he definitely got the best Nike shoe. Him and Kyrie. And Kyrie no longer there. I like the new Jazz though, but the new as far as new Nike shoes, his line is the best. Better than LeBron's too, but that's another story for another day. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. All that's inside the link tree. Check out the Patreon, my Free Game 89 channel, and my Detroit channel, Mercy Sports Talk. Like I said, all that's in the link tree. Peace.